Welcome back, warriors of the Grimface movement. Your dedication to breaking free from the chains of mediocrity fuels this mission, and we see you. We honor you. For those of you joining us for the first time, this isn't just another motivational channel. It's a call to arms for the black sheep, the outliers, the ones who refuse to follow the herd. Here, we strip away illusions and confront the raw, dark truths of life, empowering you to take control and carve out your destiny. If you're tired of living on autopilot, if you're ready to rise above the system and claim what's yours, you're in the right place. Subscribe now and become part of the movement that dares to challenge the norm, defy the odds, and rewrite the rules. Together we rise. Together, we are Grimface. Lesson 1. Understand the root cause of impulse spending. Do you know what truly drives your spending? It's not the price tag or the allure of a good deal. It's you, your mind, your emotions, your need to fill the void. Impulse spending isn't a habit. It's a symptom of something deeper, something you refuse to confront. You're not buying things. You're buying feelings. Comfort, distraction, validation. Each purchase is a fleeting attempt to silence the chaos within. But those feelings? They don't last. They never do. Because the void you're trying to fill isn't in your wallet or your wardrobe. It's in your soul. Look closely at every swipe of your card, every item you add to your cart. Ask yourself, what am I trying to avoid? Is it the silence of your own thoughts? The weight of your failures? Or maybe it's the haunting realization that no material possession will ever be enough. Here's the truth. Impulse spending is an escape. It's your way of running from yourself, from the harsh reality that you're not in control. But running doesn't work. It never has. Each purchase tightens the chains that bind you to your weakness, keeping you locked in a cycle of regret and emptiness. You must face the monster within. Confront your emotions. Feel the discomfort instead of drowning it in receipts. Start by writing down every time you feel the urge to spend. Watch as the pattern unfolds before your eyes. Like a shadow you can no longer ignore. It's not the world tempting you. It's your own mind. Do you want freedom? Then own your darkness. Stare it down. Break the chains by understanding what binds you. Because once you see the truth, you'll realize the only thing standing between you and control is your own denial. So stop running, stop pretending, and take the first step toward reclaiming your life. Recognize the root cause, and you'll see that impulse spending was never about the money. It was about you. Lesson 2. Create a realistic budget that aligns with your goals. Money. It's a tool, a weapon, a double-edged sword that can either build your future or destroy your life. But here's the harsh truth. Without control, money doesn't serve you. It owns you. It manipulates you. It drags you through the mud of impulsiveness and regret, leaving you powerless and chained to a life of mediocrity. Do you think you're in control? Look at your bank account, your credit card statements, your unpaid bills. That's where your story is written. Every wasted dollar, every careless purchase, it's a confession of your lack of discipline, your surrender to fleeting desires over lasting success. But there is hope, and it starts with a plan, a budget. The word itself might make you cringe, but don't mistake its simplicity for weakness. A budget is not a limitation. It's liberation. It's the map that leads you out of the darkness, guiding you toward the life you claim to want. Here's where the darkness creeps in. Setting a budget forces you to confront the harsh reality of your choices. You can no longer hide behind excuses or delusions. Every dollar must have a purpose, and that purpose must serve your goals. Not your cravings, not your impulses. Are you ready for that kind of accountability? Most people aren't. Creating a budget requires brutal honesty. It demands that you strip away the facade and face the truth. You've been your own worst enemy. You've chosen temporary pleasure over long-term fulfillment. You've traded your dreams for distractions. But now, it's time to stop. Look at your goals. Really look at them. Do you even know what they are? Or are they just vague ideas floating in the abyss of your mind? Define them. Write them down. Give them power. And then, align your money with those goals. Every dollar is a step, forward or backward. It's up to you. This isn't easy. It's war. A war between who you are and who you want to be. A war against the part of you that whispers, "It's just one more thing. It's no big deal." Silence that voice. Crush it with discipline and strategy. Your budget is your weapon in this battle. Wield it with precision. Track every expense. Question every decision. And above all, remember this. Every dollar you spend is either building your future or burning it to the ground. The choice is yours. Will you take control and craft a life of purpose and power? Or will you continue to drift, enslaved by your own financial chaos? Decide now, because the clock is ticking, and every second you waste costs you more than just money. It costs you your future. Lesson 3. Identify and eliminate triggers. You think you're in control, don't you? But look closer. Every impulse, every dollar you waste, has a trigger lurking in the shadows. It's not random. It's calculated. And it's winning. The sale notifications, the glint of new things, the endless scroll through curated ads. They aren't coincidences. They're traps, and you've been falling for them over and over again. Every time you click Add to Cart, every swipe of your card, you're feeding the beast. A beast that grows stronger while you grow weaker. Impulse spending doesn't happen in a vacuum. It happens because you let it. You surround yourself with temptation and wonder why you can't resist. You walk into the lion's den and act surprised when you're devoured. It's time to wake up. To break the cycle, you must uncover the triggers that lead you to self-sabotage. What's setting you off? Is it boredom, stress, loneliness? Or is it the relentless whispers of a society designed to exploit your weakness? The world doesn't want you to succeed. It profits from your failure. Every shiny product, every persuasive ad, is crafted to exploit the cracks in your armor. But here's the truth they don't want you to hear. You can fight back. Start by taking a hard look at your habits. Where do you spend your time? What environments make you weak? What emotions push you to spend without thinking? Write them down. Expose them. Name the enemy. Then, cut it off. Ruthlessly. Unsubscribe from the emails. Block the apps. Stop walking into stores just to browse. Take away their power over you. It won't be easy. They'll fight back. You'll feel the pull to give in, to stay comfortable in your patterns. But comfort is the death of progress. You are not a puppet. You are not a slave to triggers and temptation. You are a force of will, capable of breaking free from the chains you've allowed to bind you. But freedom comes at a cost. You must choose discipline over indulgence. You must say no to the fleeting pleasure of impulse for the lasting pride of self-mastery. Every trigger you eliminate is a step toward power. Every temptation you resist strengthens your control. This is a battle for your future, your freedom, your life. The question is, are you ready to fight? Or will you keep falling, over and over, into the traps you refuse to see? The choice is yours. Either you control your triggers, or they will control you. But know this, there's no middle ground. Take back your power, face the beast, and watch as the chains of impulsiveness crumble beneath your will. Lesson 4. Practice the 24-hour rule. Impulse. That fleeting rush of excitement, that whisper in your mind that says, you need this now. It's a lie, a seductive, treacherous lie. And every time you give in, it takes a little more from you. Your money, your control, your future, all sacrificed for a moment of temporary satisfaction. But what if you could stop? What if instead of reacting like a puppet to your desires, you became the master of them? That's where the 24-hour rule comes in. It's not just a rule. It's a weapon to destroy the part of you that craves instant gratification over long-term power. Here's how it works. When the urge to buy something strikes, you don't act. Not immediately. You wait. 24 hours. 1 day. That's all. Because in that 1 day, something remarkable happens. The fog of emotion clears. The grip of desire weakens. And you finally see the truth. How many times have you looked at something you bought on impulse and wondered why? Wondered what you were thinking in that moment of weakness? The 24-hour rule is your shield against that regret. It forces you to pause, to think, to ask yourself the hard questions. Do I really need this? Will it bring lasting value to my life? Or is it just another fleeting distraction? Most of the time, the answer will be no. And that's the beauty of it. You're not just saving money, you're reclaiming control. You're proving to yourself that you're not a slave to your whims. You're something greater, something stronger. But make no mistake, this isn't easy. Those 24 hours will test you. They will reveal the depths of your impatience, your inability to sit with discomfort. They will expose the part of you that wants to give in, to take the easy way out. That's the battle. That's the test. And if you pass it, you emerge stronger, sharper, more disciplined. Every time you practice the 24-hour rule, you're forging a new version of yourself. One who doesn't fall prey to the traps of society. One who values their future over their fleeting desires. And with every victory, you're building a fortress of self-control that no ad, no sale, no shiny object can ever penetrate. So the next time the urge strikes, remember this: the moment will pass, but the consequences won't. Wait. Just wait. Let the 24-hour rule be the line in the sand that separates the weak from the strong, the impulsive from the disciplined, the person you were from the person you're becoming. In the end, it's simple. Either you control your desires, or they control you. Choose wisely, and let that choice define the rest of your life. Lesson 5. Use cash instead of cards. Plastic. It's weightless, effortless, and dangerous. Every time you swipe that card, it doesn't feel real, does it? Just numbers on a screen. A tap here, a click there. It's painless. Almost too easy. But that's the trap. That's how they get you. You've been conditioned to think spending is harmless. That credit is power. That debt is normal. But every swipe of that card is another link in the chain. A chain you can't see until it's too late. Wrapped so tightly around your future that you can barely breathe. This is where the battle begins. You don't need their plastic chains. You need control. You need to feel every dollar as it leaves your hand, because that is what keeps you grounded. That's why you go back to cash. Cash isn't just paper. It's tangible. It's weight in your hand, a reminder of the effort you put into earning it. When you hand over cash, you feel the loss. You see it disappear, and that pain is what forces you to pause. To ask yourself, is this worth it? Cards, on the other hand, are a lie. They disconnect you from the reality of spending. They whisper, you can afford this now. Worry about the consequences later. But later always comes. And when it does, it's brutal. Interest, debt, regret. All because you chose convenience over discipline. So make the switch. Leave the cards behind. Carry only the cash you need and nothing more. When you shop, feel the weight of every dollar you hand over. Let that sting remind you that every purchase is a choice between fleeting satisfaction and lasting stability. Will it be inconvenient? Yes. That's the point. The inconvenience forces you to think, to slow down, to regain the control you've been giving away so freely. It turns every transaction into a conscious decision, not a mindless reflex. And here's the truth. If you can master this, you can master anything. Because cash isn't just about money. It's about control. It's about facing the reality of your choices and owning them. It's about breaking free from the lies that have kept you trapped. The world wants you to believe that plastic is power, but real power lies in discipline, in taking back control, in choosing to feel every dollar you spend, so that you can finally start saving for the life you deserve. So, what will it be? Another mindless swipe of the card, or the deliberate, intentional act of handing over cash? The choice is yours. But know this: every dollar is either a step toward freedom or another link in the chain. Decide wisely, and let your decisions define your destiny. Lesson 6. Build healthy spending habits. Habits. They shape us, define us, and ultimately control us. The question is, are you building habits that empower you, or habits that enslave you? Every time you choose to spend without thought, you're feeding the wrong beast. A beast that thrives on your weakness and drains your future. Impulse, indulgence, recklessness. These aren't just actions. They're patterns, deeply carved into the fabric of your life. And the longer you let them linger, the harder they are to break. But here's the harsh truth. If you don't break them, they'll break you. Look at your life. Every wasted dollar is a scar, a reminder of where you chose comfort over discipline, fleeting pleasure over lasting stability. But scars don't have to define you. They can be lessons, warnings etched into your story. If you're willing to face them, they can guide you to a better path. Healthy spending habits are not about deprivation. They're about domination. They're about taking control of your money, your choices, and ultimately your life. But control doesn't come easy. It demands sacrifice, discipline, and the willingness to fight against your own impulses. Start small. Every decision is a battle, and every battle is a chance to win. Plan your expenses. Prioritize your needs over your wants. And most importantly, reward yourself. Not with things, but with progress. Celebrate the discipline, the growth, the strength you're building with every dollar you choose to save. You think habits are hard to change? They are. But nothing worth having ever comes easy. And once you start, once you feel the power of control flowing back into your hands, you'll wonder why you ever let it go in the first place. You can't build a future on impulse. You can't find freedom in recklessness. Healthy spending habits are the foundation of a life where you control your money, instead of it controlling you. It's not just about saving. It's about proving to yourself that you're stronger than your desires. So, what will you choose? Will you continue down the path of mindless consumption, letting habits of weakness dictate your life? Or will you rise above, building habits that make you stronger, sharper, and unstoppable? The power is in your hands. With every decision, you're either forging chains or breaking them. Choose wisely. Build habits that serve you, not enslave you. Because in the end, your habits will either make you a master or leave you a slave to the life you refuse to change. Lesson 7. Reward yourself for financial progress. Rewards. They're the carrot dangling before you, the promise of something greater. But here's the truth. They can either be your motivation or your downfall. What you call a reward could just as easily be a trap, dragging you back into the cycle of impulse and regret. You've worked hard to get here. You've battled your impulses, faced your triggers, and clawed your way toward control. But now comes the most dangerous moment. The moment when you're tempted to let it all slip away in the name of treating yourself. This isn't about deprivation, it's about purpose. True rewards aren't about fleeting pleasure, they're about progress. They're the milestones that mark your journey, the proof that you're building something real. But rewards without discipline are just another excuse, a disguise for the same old habits that kept you chained. So ask yourself, what does reward mean to me? Is it a shiny new thing to fill the void? Or is it the satisfaction of seeing your savings grow, your goals within reach, your future brighter than the darkness you've been clawing through? You don't need to reward yourself with things. Reward yourself with momentum. Use every milestone as fuel to push harder, go further, become greater. Buy yourself freedom, not distractions. Invest in experiences that enrich you, in skills that sharpen you, in opportunities that elevate you. But don't misunderstand. This isn't about never enjoying life. It's about ensuring that your enjoyment aligns with your progress. Reward yourself when you've earned it, not when you feel like it. Make it meaningful. Make it count. Because a real reward doesn't set you back. It propels you forward. Remember this. Every reward is a test of your discipline, your resolve, your vision for the life you're building. Fail that test, and you risk falling back into the chaos you fought so hard to escape. Pass it, and you prove to yourself that you're in control, that you're unstoppable. So, what will your rewards say about you? Will they speak of someone who gives in, who craves fleeting comfort over lasting power? Or will they tell the story of someone who rose above, who turned every victory into a stepping stone toward greatness? The choice is yours, but choose carefully, because every reward is a reflection of the person you're becoming. Make it a reflection you're proud of. Reward yourself with intention, with purpose, with the knowledge that you're building a future so strong, no temptation can tear it down. That is the reward worth fighting for. You've made it to the end, but the journey doesn't stop here. The Grimface movement is more than words. It's action, discipline, and the relentless pursuit of freedom. Now it's your turn to take what you've heard and turn it into power. If this resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you're not already part of the Grimface family, hit that subscribe button and join the revolution. This is where the black sheep gather, where we reject mediocrity and embrace the grind. Stay sharp, stay relentless, and remember, the system only controls you if you let it. Until next time, keep rising, keep fighting, because this world belongs to those who dare to take it. You are Grimface.